And then Bernstein went 3 out of 4 down the track in qualifying.
Boy, look at them both get down there, though. Hillary had her problems. Wow. Brandon Bernstein, a 385, 310 miles an hour. Mack and Antron Brown. Well, they're getting down this track. Antron Brown, a 390, 309 miles an hour, despite that great reaction time by Corey McLenithan in his second race on the tour. J.R. Todd finds himself in trouble, and Clay Millican, to the joy of Kenny Koretsky, gets the win. Doug Coletta. This is really key to him. 9th in the points, 5 rounds out of 8th, and Doug Herbert, but Dave Grubnick just 16 behind him. And that's going to hurt. Hot Rod Fuller, 393, 304 miles an hour. So for Tony Schumacher, he's qualified number 1 6 times this season. He's won from number 1 4 times. The solo run for Schumacher is a 387, 312 miles an hour. Doug Herbert, Dave Grubnick. Well, how great is that for Grubnick? Grubnick. Morgan Lucas takes that win, a 392, 305 miles an hour. Larry Dixon, 387, 310 miles an hour. Probably all based on the light. No, not really. As Melanie gets in trouble, Frank drifts over to the line. Frank runs a 435, 247. Melanie a 467, 214. Give that one to Jack Beckman, a 421, 296. 427 with a 9, 253 for Tim Wilkerson. That really is going to help Beckman. Well, Mike had it pegged for an upset. Didn't work out. Cruz Pedregon, number 1 qualifier, runs a 419, 283.
Actually, it did work out. I picked Cruz to upset Gary Denton because he's been 4-0 from that 16th spot.
Well, there you go. Neff a 425, 274 when the tires smoke over there for Robert Hite.
Boy, let's not count out Ron Capps. Till now.
Yeah, right until that moment right there. John Force, as Capps fades, runs a 424, 296 miles an hour. Okay. John Force Racing's got another decision to make. Ashley Force takes the win, 423, 273 miles an hour to 1,000 feet. There it happens. Still Worsham, a 423, 288 miles an hour. Well, that's Tony Pedregon, 423, 280 miles an hour to a losing 426, 291 miles an hour. So, the two great friends, not the professor and Dave Conley, are on the line. And you're right, John Kernan, because WJ has had top speed 10 times this year.
He's going, buddy.
Got to get off the line.
Let's see if there's going to be a
Here
little
we go.
staging.
No, we're not.
No,
Yeah,
Dave
we're
went
gonna
right
do it.
in.
Well, Conley beat him on the hole shot. Let's see if top speed works out. It does not. Dave Conley takes down Warren Johnson.
Buddy, 666, you at 668, buddy. Good job, man.
Face it, I absolutely missed you. Definitely missed you as well. Great to have Clay back.
Wow, Larry Morgan.
67 with the 1, 206.99.
Right together off the line. And V can't catch him, though. Jag runs a 6:67 with a 5, 207 miles an hour. Kurt Johnson, 6:64 with a 4 to a losing 6:70 with a 7. Pass first round. And a red light. Whoa! That's a second of the year, and that gives some breathing room to Yates. He runs a 6:67 against Jason Line's red light. Red light again. What's going on here? Mike Edwards with the red light this time. And that's his third of the season. Alan Johnson is the winner. Runs a 6:64, 207 miles an hour. And that shows you why Greg Anderson's sitting over there in the left lane. Whoa, and Ricky is all over the place.
Man, he was driving that thing.
So Greg Anderson, 6:64 with a 3, 208 miles an hour to a losing 6:69, and a little extra run for Ricky Jones. The right team. Yeah, nice race, and Humphreys with a 6:65.
And speaking of Hector Arana, his first round matchup against Craig Treble, he goes red and gives it away. Craig Treble's going to get the win with a 7:05 elapsed time at 188 miles per hour.
And that hurts Hector Arana. Here comes Angie McBride and Chris Rivas. Watch Angie. I mean, she's fighting that pike once again. All over the place. The win goes to Chris Rivas, but they're having a lot of trouble figuring out what is going wrong for Angie McBride. And watch. She pushes that bike over, then tries to get it back. Continues to fight the bike. Well, that's a loss, but also something they still need to look a lot at.
Well, we saw what happened to Hector Arana. How about Karen Stouffer up against Andrew Hines? Going to be tough, but Andrew throws it away. He red lights in the first round, handing Karen Stouffer the win. She advances to the second round with a 7 flat at 189 miles per hour.
And that brings up Wesley Wells and Angel Sampey. Remember her bad week? Well, it gets better here. Wesley Wells goes red. Angel still would have had him all the way anyway, and Angel takes the win.
Well, Paul, seems like the color of the day is red because now we have Steve Johnson and Junior Pippin. Junior goes red, handing the win to Steve Johnson. Makes a very slow pass at a 7:20, but it's good enough to get him the win.
And then up, Matt Gadira, who won his first race here last year, and Eddie Krawick. And this time, it's Gadira with the red light. They're coming from everywhere. Eddie Krawick takes the win.
Can we ever get a green light start? Wow, we did. How about Chip Ellis? He had to drive around Sean Ginn, but he does it. Rakes a very nice pass to get the win. A 6:93 elapsed time at over 190 miles per hour.
And Paul Gast and Matt Smith, number 1 qualifier. Again, the red light. Matt Smith, you know, this is good enough to take over first place in the points for Matt Smith.